It's a walking disaster, the son of a bastard. Na 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 na.
Super fast tortoise in the show, drinking coffee, wishing you all well, because life is swell. Super fast tortoise. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends have been the senses. Let's get up and senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow.
Let's go, everybody! Good morning, good Friday morning. Hello.
It is Friday. We've made it.
We made it to the end of the week. Woo. And I'm hoping to wake you up. Because no one wants to go to work on Friday because, you know, they're going to work and like, I can't wait for the weekend to start. Right?
Let's get your day going. Let's get you through today and get you to your weekend.
That's right. Let's get you energized. Let's get you vitalized. Let's get you somethingized. I can rhyme. Ionized? I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. We are going to have a good discussion about what the plan is today after we get past the first part of the show is we're going to bring up Scryfall. We're going to look up cards. We're going to talk about these cards and kind of talk about threat assessment at the same time and about the cards. And we was hoping Hillbilly would be able to make it, but Hillbilly has plans that are taking up his time on the show. So he has other priorities. I don't know what priorities higher than Magic, but hey.
Hillbilly, you are missed, my friend. You are missed.
That's right. You're missed. But anyways, Rayman, where are you streaming from?
I'm streaming once again from Mr. B's Game Lounge here in Pennington, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, we are streaming here today. Just having some internet issues, but I was able to do a little ninja foo and find some internet to use to get this stream out to you guys and be here and have just a great Friday morning. So, we're at Mr. B's Game Lounge once again. We're in front of the mural. We're in front of my favorite part of the mural, as I don't actually watch much anime, but I do watch Dragon Ball. So we've got Bulma and Master Roshi behind me, my favorite part of the wall.
Nice. That's pretty cool. He's like, if he ever gets if he's ever told to put his nose against the wall for disobeying, he knows where he's going.
That's exactly where I'm going.
That's right. Lone Wolf, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing all right. How about you?
Doing pretty good. It's very cold outside today. It's like 7 degrees. It's a real feel of 3.
Ooh.
And it was in the negatives last night. Like, it was nuts.
Midwest cold, man.
That's cool. DeLawson, what's up?
Good morning.
Morning. And we got, is that Chiwon Tambusta or is that Chai Tambusta? I'd like to know.
I'm betting against Chi-Town. I'm betting against Chi-Town.
What's up, bud? Thanks for stopping by. And yes, it's -10 in Chicago wind chill. Oh no, my lord.
Yep.
Warm up. All right, it's Chi-Town, he says.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? MTG Hillbilly.
And Hillbilly's with us. All right.
Nice. You're making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. That's nice. Well, trust me, that song went through my head too, so I get it. All right, so first of all, it's a wonderful morning. I hope you guys had a good breakfast out there. If you haven't had breakfast, I haven't had time to eat yet. I had to set up the show and all that jazz. Because every day, Betty Conrad, thank you for subbing and liking. I appreciate that one.
Hey, thank you very much.
Because I get everybody singing. That's right. So, first part of the show, we're at the 5-minute marker, usually around 5-6 minutes. We get to the segment of the day where we hit this button right here.
Card of the day.
This card was brought to us by MTG HILLBILLY. He's seen the spoiler and he's like, I have to share this card for the card of the day. Ooh.
This card is fantastic, and it caused a card from Lorwyn. I literally just saw this morning. It caused a card from, I'm pretty sure it was original Lorwyn. It might have been one of the other parts of that block to shoot up from 52 cents to over $15.
Holy cow. That's ridiculous. Lorwyn had a lot of good elves in it, so I'm not gonna be surprised this happened. And this is in the next Lorwyn set, which is insane.
Yeah, the one that shot up was something defenses, and basically it says is whenever a creature you control gets a 1/1 counter on it, make a 1/1 elf.
All right. High Priest Morkan, cost 2 generic, a black and green. It's a legendary creature, Elf Noble. This is whenever High Perfect Merchant or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1.
Yeah.
I wish HILLBILLY shared the other version of the card because Blight has an ability I don't know about.
What Blight does is when it ETBs, you put a -1/-1 counter on a creature.
Oh, yeah, that's what it does. No, you don't put it on a creature. Your opponent chooses.
Yeah, they get to decide where it goes. Correct.
Yeah, which is at best. I can't think of the term. There's a game term, I like a game design term. I just cannot think where you give your opponent you and your opponent have options, and you guys try to make the best choice. Something Gambit is what it's called. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it says tap 3 and tap elves you control, proliferate, activate and lose sorcery. Well, my friends, I think Atraxa got a new toy here. Elvish Atraxa. So you have an Atraxa deck with elves in your deck. I mean, come on. You got mana dorks and stuff to get going. That's pretty insane.
I mean, you could play 4-color elves with Atraxa at the head. And you're already probably running Glistening Elf to begin with. So add your dorks in there and then just run a bunch of elves. Run 4-color elves, give some stuff to protect them, a little bit of magic to control with, and then just use this to make all of their creatures feel really bad.
Mm-hmm. Chi-Town says, Merry Christmas, brothers. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Delos says, Caltrops.
No, that card has unattached itself from reality.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Fairley says, cool. HILLBILLY says 59 elves in standard right now. Nice.
Yeah, lots of elves in standard for this. This is going to be elves are going to be solid.
All right. Aaron Soros Rex says stopping by to say hi at work, so can't stay. Have an amazing day, y'all. Aaron Soros Rex, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for coming by.
Out with us. Yes, Betty Conrad. I love your videos. Thank you. We try to make them.
Thank you so much.
Whoa. But yeah, this card is good. As a commander, this is definitely KOS. If you don't know what KOS is, that's kill on sight. This will go out of hand. This is basically a Golgari board wiper on a stick.
Yeah, 100%.
Elves go. Elves go super fast.
And you're only going to have so many creatures. It's whenever her or another elf comes in, I'm just going to put a -1/-1 counter on something. That doesn't seem terrible. But it's not going to take long before your big 6/6 is just dead because they've dumped 6 elves into play.
Like Elf Ball is going to love this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Golgari Elf Ball, where you get all those elves and you just ball attack. That's crazy.
I'm interested to see if this overtakes Lathril, because Lathril, I think Lathril is still better if you're going to play Golgari elves in Commander, but I think this card is incredibly good.
So it might overtake it, but I definitely see this still going into the 99, if not.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100% goes to the 99.
Right. So good. Anyways, let's get to the picture of the day. I just had fun with this picture, so let's hope it's fun. This is how I want my TMT to look like. My Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle look like and cool and built like a robot. It's supposed to be a deck in there, like commander deck. But I didn't. I was so impressed with the picture, looking like a robotic turtle. I was just happy with that.
It's very reminiscent of the mechanical character from Hellboy,
Right.
where he winds himself up.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's this picture today. I play with AI. I don't sell AI and whatnot. I just have fun with it. But this is a cool little picture, doohickey. They upgraded my prompter, so it does better pictures. So that's pretty cool. But yeah. But on top of that, my friends, the picture of the day. Oh yeah, the prompt was like trying to get a robotic turtle in the Matrix. That's why you see binary data everywhere.
I wondered if you had the Matrix or if it just kind of went on its own, because it's definitely very green scroll in the back.
That's right. That's pretty much what happened there. But with that, we got a question of the day. Question of the day is brought to us by Tibalts. I tried getting him to come on the show today, but he's busy working the TCG player stuff. But let's see what we had to ask.
So for today's question of the day, would you rather win every game of Commander by every casual game of Commander by turn 10, never doing anything interesting, or would you rather do something interesting every game of Commander but never win?
Ooh.
This is a really great question, and I hate Tibalt isn't with us because I need clarifications.
Right, clarifications. Because
I need to know. Go ahead, Tort.
I just said I like to win. I like to have the feeling that I can win, but I like it when everybody gets to do something interesting in the game, and I like it going past turn 6. You know, win or lose.
Agreed. My clarification is I need to know if I'm aware of these things. Like, am I aware that when I sit down at the table, I'm just going to win the game by turn 10? Or is that just how it plays out? Because if it's how it plays out, I'd much rather do something interesting.
Right.
Like if I don't know that I'm going to sit down at the table and just lose, but I still get to do something interesting every game and then I lose, I'm totally okay with that. Give me the interesting 10 out of 10 times I'm on board.
Right. And sometimes you don't know how a game will go. Like last night's second game we had, I started a game with 6 lands in hand. And every one of them produced white mana. And which came in clutch because I ended up pulling out 2 board wipes that game that were white. And I don't know why it wasn't like that, because I could have gone way different. But I got all 5 colors I needed on the battlefield. But because I had 4 tap lands and 2 planes in my hand. Plus I had Dramoka, the Eternal in my hand. So it could have been a worse game, you know, but I got to do interesting stuff that game. I won that second game in particular, but I could have lost it. You know, I got to explode, which was nuts because Draco Genesis came to my hand.
I mean, you got to resolve a Draco Genesis, okay? Yes. I can't think of. I've never seen a game where Draco Genesis resolved and that player didn't win.
Right.
Usually, if Draco Genesis resolves, the game is pretty much over.
I've played Draco Genesis before and lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it get blown up immediately?
Yeah. In this particular game, someone blew up Draco Genesis with a disenchant spell, then Cyclonic Rift to my board.
Okay, that happens.
Yeah.
Cyclonic Rift is a hell of a card. That's
right. Yeah, Draco Genesis is awesome. It is a rooftop storm of dragons.
It is.
And it doesn't cost 6.
It does not.
Well, for good reason too, because most zombies are not flying 6/6s. Right. But anyways, to answer the question more honestly, I'd rather be able to do interesting things with my deck than win. You know.
Yes.
But like I like to have the feeling of winning, so you know. Like, I know he can't win every game, and the true fact is if there's a winner, there's always going to be a loser, you know? So things we just live with every day, that should be okay. It's okay to lose, so please don't get salty at me. But yeah, I like it when everybody's deck gets to pull off, you know, and do their thing, who wins or loses. You know, last night was just a luck charm for that second game. The first game, I think I could have played differently, but I played it safe.
The only games I get really upset about losing are the games where I sit there and did nothing for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Like if for whatever reason my deck didn't work or I just didn't do anything for the entire time, I get very upset about losing because I'm like, man, I could have done something much more productive with this hour and a half of my life.
Right. So to kind of tie in the topic from the question, last night would have been a hard time to threat assess me until I played Draco Genesis, because no one knew I had a Draco Genesis in my hand, and I blew up all enchantments and artifacts. I could have done creatures, but I did artifacts. Then, and I could have Urini different too, but my friend Path exiled my dragon, which pushed me into Draco Genesis. Right, I was one land short after this land came into play, and I top decked the land I needed to cast Draco Genesis. And holy cow. So sometimes our actions just play well into threat assessment, and no one would have guessed because I had one creature and one artifact, and the creature wasn't that great. While some people were building up the board like crazy. Tibalt! Hi guys, how's it going? I can't stay but popping in and say hi.
Good to see you, Tibalt.
You could have been here for the question of the day.
You just missed it.
Just miss it. But yeah, so threat assessment can be difficult, but Draco Genesis, if you see it, destroy it. You know, destroy it as soon as possible.
And if you can't destroy it, then remove the player. Player removal is best removal.
Yep. I think Draco Genesis is way more strong as a piece when Tibalts your commander. I think when you have Ur Dragon, it's not as strong. You know, because that's more dependent on your hand. But Tibalts just basically says, give 6 free dragons.
Yeah, which dragons do you want to play? Okay, let's go put them in play now.
That's right. So Draco Genesis is a threat assessment there. But let's go here. So here, I'll show you. I got scryfall here. And what we do on scryfall is we can look up cards, and we show people the cards, and we talk about the cards right here, and we kind of give our threat assessment.
I'm glad you picked this card, because this card is either one of two things. Either you're playing a combo deck and you do not care if this thing is on the table,
right?
Or you're playing a creature-based deck and you have to get rid of this or you're going to lose the game.
Right. So the sneaky thing about this card that I know a particular person who plays this card has a trouble understanding is how this Grave Pact affects combat. Because, like, Grave Pact is kind of expensive to play with the 3 black pips. And the 3 color decks that people play, it's kind of expensive. Like, it might as well be like a 6-drop, you know, in general. But, you know, 1 mana, 3 black pips, you get an enchantment that says whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. And in weenie decks, little weenie decks where you got 1/1s and 2/2s and whatnot, and your opponents have 6/6s, it basically says your 1/1s and 2/2s are unblockable because no one wants to sacrifice the big creatures. Then you get a sacrifice outlet. You control the
Ashnod's Altar, Phyrexian Altar, anything that lets you sack Viscera Seer, because I feel like we're talking about vampires currently. Anything that lets you sack your little 1/1s, you are trading them up so big. This is also a phenomenal bargaining chip. I know we're not talking about politics right now, but you can politic the heck with this card.
Right. You can politic the heck out of this card.
You can.
Like, you know, because like I said, this gives power to the little creatures out there. Like one of our friends always says, it's not that great when you don't have a sacrifice outlet. And I'm like, dude, it makes your 1/1s more powerful. You know? Like removal is removal. Removal is no small thing. Like the only time this Grave Pact card is not super powerful is when you're playing against a token deck filled with tokens. Like the board's filled with tokens, all the crazy. And that hardly ever happens.
It's not super good against decks like Chatterfang. They're just going to make a bajillion squirrels. They don't care. They don't care if they have to sacrifice a couple squirrels here or there. It's not a big deal to them.
Right.
There's a few other decks, things that like the new Zergo from Tarkir that mobilizes, and then you don't have to sacrifice the warriors at the end of step. So they're going to have 10, 15, 35 1/1 warriors. They don't really care. But if you're playing anything that isn't just a token deck, this card is incredibly powerful. Like you said, you may have Tiamat on the board and ready, to play more dragons, and then somebody goes, "Oh, I'm going to sack this 1/1 to this, I don't know, any of the 8 sack outlets I run in my deck," and your Tiamat's now dead.
Right. And if anybody in chat wants to talk about a card, just let us know in chat the card and we'll look it up. So
Absolutely.
Another card I want to talk about, and if you have a card you want to talk about, let me know. But Impact Trimmers.
Impact Trimmers is another phenomenal card that you need to get rid of quickly, especially if you're sitting across from somebody playing Krinko, because this is going to kill you very fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can kill the Krinko, but Krinko's going to come back. This you have to get rid of. It's much harder to get back.
Right. Impact Trimmer is so good. Like, even the Stompy Stomps decks, just being able to play cast a creature, and just deal that 1 damage. Because Impact Trimmers is an ETB effect. Like, it's creatures the battlefield. It's not a cast thing. So, you reanimate things and whatnot. And Impact Trimmers, I bring this up because I run it I used to run it in an Eldrazi deck that I converted out of red. I had a Naya deck that was Eldrazi's, but I got a Momer Vig, and I'm like, I want to build a Momer Vig Eldrazi deck because I like to tutor, But Impact Trimmers was huge because like, here's what Impact Trimmer does for you. You turn 2, you have Impact Trimmers, and you're running green red. Let's be honest. You're playing tokens or fast little creatures with trimmers. So you're doing green, black, red, white. But in green, red, you're playing Lionware Elves effects to get bigger ramp spells out there. And all your elves are pinging 1 mana for an elf dork or mana dork. And 1 damage is pretty solid.
Yeah, and it's not just, I had to go back and double check. I wanted to make sure I had that right. Because it's not just 1 damage to an opponent. It's 1 damage to all your opponents.
Yep, each opponent.
So you can get this can get out of hand really, really fast.
Yeah, it can. Which brings me to another card that I think I hope I'm spelling that right. There we go. Rhythm of the Wild.
Another incredibly good card.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem that big a deal, but when you read it and you're like, oh, I can't counter people's creature spells anymore like this, so whatever they cast is just going to happen. And then you either get a 1/1 counter or haste.
Right.
And both of those are good things to have.
Mm-hmm. Rhythm of the Wild is a pushed fervor light card. So it gives you options. And trust me, as a Magic player, you love options.
I love options.
You love options. I love options.
I do.
And when Wizard of the Coast is like, you get an option, you get an option, you get an option, everybody wins. And Rhythm of the Wild is exactly that. So for 3 mana, your supplanting your creature spells are not going to be countered. So you're bypassing blue for the most part. You're getting past Mana Tithe, which is it Mana Tithe? The 1 mana,
yes.
Yeah, the one white mana counter spell unless the opponent pays 1. Yeah, so good. You're guaranteed to get your creatures on board. Now it doesn't guarantee your creatures are protected. It's not giving them hexproof. But what it does is you can play a 3 mana 4/4. It can come into play with haste, or come in as a 5/5. You know what I'm saying? This card is versatile for what you want. You can play on the defensive or you can play on the aggro. That's what's so good about this card. Sir Robin of Baggins. Hello. And so that's a good card. It is a good card.
It is a good card. The saltiest I've ever seen anybody in a Magic game was I was playing a deck that just ran basically 1-drop creatures. Obviously there were a few other things, but it was basically just a bunch of 1-drop creatures. And he knew I was playing it. He came that day, and on turn 2, he Chalice of the Voids for 1. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Right.
And then on my turn 3, I drop Rhythm of the Wild and say, I don't care about your Chalice of the Void on 1 anymore. You can't counter my spells.
Right. Yeah, Rhythm Wild's nuts. But Tibalt said you answered his question correctly, but he also wants to know our thoughts on Nesting Dragon.
Thank you, Tibalt.
Woo-hoo.
There's no way I would just want to win on autopilot. I would quit playing Magic. If I just won every game without trying, I would just quit. That's so unfun.
Yeah, there's no fun with there's no risk. Nesting Dragon costs 3 generic, 2 red. Creature dragon, 5/4 landfall. Whenever land control enters, create a 0/2 dragon egg creature token with defender, and when this creature dies, create a 2/2 red dragon creature token flying, and has pay red and fire breathe. +1/+0 until turn. Okay. So Nesting Dragon is not a big threat, is my thing. It can be a fun threat. Landfall is always a good ability.
I'll tell you where this card is a threat, Tortoise.
What's up?
Atli Polani. Which we just so happen to talked about on our new YouTube show, Brewing at Bees. You can find that on YouTube. A little bit of early shill there. But Atli Polani does not care what kind of egg it is or where the egg comes from. So this card basically says, play a land, get a free egg that you can then turn into something very big and nasty. I like this card a lot in that very specific instance.
Right. In that specific instance, makes sense.
I love this card in that deck.
Well, like one of the things we talk about, and I talk about a lot on the show, is not every card's a game changer, but in certain decks, certain cards are game changers.
Absolutely.
So, like when there's some cards out there that should be game changers that are not on the game changers list. Because like if a 1-mana tutor like Worldly Tutor is a game changer, it costs 1 green, and tutor for a creature put on top of your deck. I think.
Reveal it and put it on top of your deck so your opponents know what's coming.
Yeah, I think that Congregation at Dawn should be a game changer. 3 mana, get 3 creatures. It's just as powerful, just as good. All right.
Is it instant speed?
Yep.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It costs 2 green and white, or 2 white. Yeah, 2 green and white, I believe. This is pretty solid. But yeah, Nesting Dragon is a good card. I can see the synergies. Landfall is always good, but we got it. You put that in the wrong chat, but all right.
Oh, did I put it in the wrong spot?
You put it in private chat.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I meant to do.
Let's see.
I probably spelled it wrong too.
I probably spelled. I don't know how to spell cards.
I don't either. I don't know how to spell.
There we go. There
it is.
Sensei's Divining Top. Whoa. Threat assessment.
If you see this card, you must get rid of it.
How?
It is 1 mana for incredible card advantage, especially if you are running Sack and Search lands.
Right.
If you're running Sack and Search lands, this card basically reads, pay 1 mana, look at 6 cards, put them in an order. Because if you don't like the first 3 that you look at, you Sack and Search your land, you shuffle your library up, and then you're going to get to see 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
This card is incredibly good. It's part of a billion combos. So not only is it card advantage, it may just be a time bomb waiting to kill you.
Yep. Twiddler. Hello. Twiddler.
Good morning.
He's a person who does pool games and stuff on his channel. Pretty chill.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, Sensei's Divining Top, is it a big threat? It's as powerful as the deck it's in. That's all I could say. Like,
I mean, at worst, it is an incredibly good card advantage card.
Yep. Like it's as powerful as the deck it's in. I mean, if it's in a if you got Senses Dividing Top in like a weakish deck, it's gonna give you your best cards of the weakest deck most of the time. Like when I use Sensei's Dividing Top, you know what I'm using with it? I'm pulling up every land I see to my hand just to get out of my hand or to get into my hand, or I'm mana fixing. You know, this card is very effective. And like I said, it's as powerful as the deck is in. And the more powerful the deck, the more powerful it's going to be. You know, I honestly don't know a power level where this card is bad. You know,
It isn't.
Yeah, because you know some decks, like if you have like a very casual like core 2 deck, some cards are powerful in that deck, but in a core 3 deck or bracket 3 deck, it's not as powerful. You know, since it's Dividing Top just scales up very beautifully.
It helps you get the cards that you want to get faster.
Mm-hmm.
And that is immediately powerful.
Right. It is immediately powerful. It's really good.
And it gives you basically it basically gives you another card in your hand because you know what's on top.
Mm-hmm.
So at any time you can tap that top, draw it, and then use it if it's an instant, obviously.
Yeah, since it's Dividing Top is solid, and it has its own form of protection on it.
Mm-hmm.
So to destroy it, you tap it to replace the top card of your library with a card in your hand. So good. Sir Robin says gives that a 7 out of 10 threat. Yeah,
I agree. I think a 7 out of 10 is an apt because it itself, the card in a vacuum, just the card, is pretty good. But what it's going to do is get you better things, and that's why the threat. I think if it was, the card by itself is maybe a 3, but like Tortoise said, if you have anything in your deck that is good, the threat level just scales exponentially.
Yeah, that's right. It does scale pretty good. Tibalts says you guys are distracting me too much. I gotta get back to work. Have a great show. Also, add the top with Sue saying. That's right.
Thanks, Tibalt.
Sue saying 1 blue, 5 mana, shuffle your library, pay X, look at the top X cards of your library, and put them back in your order. So Sue saying is a good card. It separates Sensei's Dividing Top different threat assessment because top can go on any deck.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, sunshine! It's a great show. Would you consider assessing Avatar Roku Fireman? Yeah. Well, hold on. I'm trying to do something. I think it did. Did I do that right? All right.
I mean, it's clear that they got the idea for Sensei's Dividing Top from Soothsay.
Yeah.
Mercadian Masks, I believe, is about 98, 97, 98 range. Sensei's Top's 5 years later.
But yes, thanks for the super chat. You definitely got to call out for that.
Let's take a look at this card. What do you do, Avatar Roku?
So he got 3 generic and 3 red pips, so 6 mana. Whenever a player attacks, any player attacks, add 6 red mana until end of combat. You don't lose this mana as mana steps end. Okay, they worded this differently from what it would normally sound like. So you get 6 mana and the last turn of the turn. Or maybe
it does, yes.
You can pay 3 mana to give target creature +3/+0 until turn. Woo!
I like this card. I like this card.
All right. So as a commander, I'm glad this ability is not eminence.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right. This is pretty spicy. There's another card I'm thinking of. I'm gonna look for it off screen really quick.
How much did this? What did this cost? 6 mana. So my only issue with this card is it's a tad expensive on the mana side. It costs 6.
Yeah.
But if this thing, if you desperate ritual this thing out early, if you seething song this thing out early, this could be a real problem because you're going to have, whenever somebody swings, you're just getting 6 free mana. And if they decide to swing at you, you could make a 1/1 token that you may have into a 7/1 that could, clip almost anything, especially that early in the game because you're getting 6 red mana. and then you can pay the 3 red to buff something up. I think if this thing hits the table, it can definitely warp things. I would thread it just a tad lower because it does cost a lot of mana, but I think it's pretty good.
Did Amonkhet have a second set? I don't remember. The card from that block, if there was another set that goes well with this. I'm trying to remember the card.
Dude, what's it do?
When it attacks, you gain mana, red mana. That's as specific as it can be. And I don't see an Amonkhet. Was there another Amonkhet set?
That was during my hiatus from Magic, so I'm not sure.
Oh no, hiatus from Magic. So the thing
I think there's a lot of cards that go well with this. Burgi, the Goddess Burgi, Electro from the Spider-Man set, so because your mana pool doesn't empty. This card can definitely, on its own, I think it's kind of like Top, where on its own, it's not a super bad problem. But if you build around this, it can be a real problem.
Right. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it just didn't show up. All right. Let's see. I'm going to show you. Nab the Eternal costs 5 mana. 3 red. Afflict 3. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add 1 red mana for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn.
Yeah, he's from Hour of Devastation.
Yeah. It's so good. Yeah, that's why I was wondering if there was a different set, because I was looking up Amonkhet and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, I remember this card. It's so good. And this would combo with that particular card that we were just talking about.
Yeah, this is one of the very few cards in Magic. It's the only one that I know of right off the top of my head that actually gives you any kind of mana based on how much damage that players have taken.
Right.
It's such a red thing.
Then you were just mentioning Electro.
Yeah. The one. Yeah, him. He's the Avatar Fire guy goes so well with this card.
Right. And yes, so Electro Assaulting Battery will definitely add the flavor, the synergies, and get your attack steps will get more spicier with your sorceries, because your instants and sorceries will work with Electro pretty good. This is pretty solid. Whenever you cast instant sorcery, add 1 red. When you get all that mana, you're gonna play what's that one card? Ravnica. It costs a lot of money, but you shuffle everybody's permanents into the library and they reveal cards from the top of the library to make up the difference.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. There's lots of fun things. So there's lots of way to ramp in combat nowadays or playing your natural deck. So give it an assessment. There's an Omnath
that does it, but he's not mono. Lets you carry your mana over. Is going to make that generate 6 mana per combat phase better.
Right. So threat assessment, I give him a 6 out of 10 based on the deck build.
Yeah, I think him by himself, if you're not building into tokens, something that you could pump and kill creatures that may swing at you with that mana, or if you're not building into a way to float that mana, I'm saying it's probably a 4. If you are building into those things and you build into your deck a way to get him out faster, I think he's 6, 7. I think he's very good.
Yeah,
I like this card a lot.
One card that makes this card even better, and it's one of my favorite cards, is Fervor.
Oh, Fervor, yeah.
Creature cards control.
Okay.
Yep. And Fervor is actually the next card I was going to bring up on the list, because threat assessment, Fervor is pretty powerful, my friends. So Fervor is as powerful as the creatures you have on board, right? You play a big old creature, you smack with it. Fervor is I wish when they did the Marvel Secret Lairs, Fervor had the Incredible Hawk on it, and he was in the Secret Lair and stuff, because Fervor basically says big creature smash.
Big creature smash, yeah.
And when I play Fervor in a handful of my decks. because I play Big Old Dinosaurs and stuff.
Do you have it in your Dragons Tiamat deck that you played last night?
Yep, I have a very old version our friend James Willis sent me. Yes, I have Fervor. In the Dragons deck, I have Teamer Ascendancy, which should be the card I should pull up right here. Because Teamer
Do you have Rhythm of the Wild in there?
I do not know if I do have actually in that deck. I can look it up. Teamer Ascendancy is a busted card. All right, my friends. Green, blue, red. It's like Fervor, but cantrips draw cards on creatures power 4 or greater. What do you think?
I like this card. I ran it when I was playing Dragons. I played Teamer Dragons, so I've actually played this card. I like this. I mean, if you're playing Dragons, you're probably not putting a creature into the battlefield that doesn't have power 4 or greater.
Yeah.
So this card basically says, hey, all of your dragons have haste, and then whenever you play one, draw a card. And
that's right.
That's busted.
Yeah, Teamer Ascendancy. The reason why I bring it up because it's like look, $1.39
cost these days. Oh yeah, it's when it came out, it was much higher than this. I think I paid $6 for mine or something.
I paid $4 for mine because when Tarkir came out, that skyrocketed.
It's
$4, and I got it in between. But like now you can get a Time Sprout Remastered version for $8.18. You get Khans Tarkir promo for $10. You get another promo for $23. Let's see what the promo.
I think the one you have on screen from Tarkir is the one I have.
Yeah, it's $1.39. This card is worth it. Pick it up if you're running Teamer. But all right, what's another card we should look at? I mean, I can pick up another card.
While you're thinking, Tort, let me interject while you're thinking about a card. Part of threat assessment is also not just looking at what your opponents have on the field, but what could happen. And let me go back to the game. Yeah. Let me go back to the game that Tort and them played last night. If you guys didn't watch the second game they played last night, I highly recommend go check out the VOD. It'll be there. I don't know how the first game went. I did watch the second game. So that's the one I'll speak to. The hero had a great board state coming up that, he had lots of enchantments. It was going to be very hard to swing at him. So he was definitely the threat at the table without a doubt. But anytime you have a dragon player on the field, you have to be weary of them. Now, obviously, you have to deal with the threat you have at hand, but you have to keep in your mind that, hey, the dragon player is getting up in mana. It hasn't done anything yet, but it does not take much for dragons to win a game. Now, obviously, you're not going to know that Tort's sitting here holding Dracogenesis in his hand, and he basically is going to win the game in a turn and a half. But, throw assessment isn't just analyzing what's on the table. You have to obviously be aware of what's going on the table because that's your immediate threat. But you also have to keep in mind that the board states of Magic can change so fast.
Yes, it's very true. So threat assessment is about not knowing what's in their hand and knowing what's on the board and being able to assess that. And it sounds weird, like not knowing what's in their hand. You don't know what's in their hand. You can only predict what's in their hand based off the meta that you played or based off your experience of playing different cards. Because like someone's playing mono white, I automatically think board wipes and tokens because that's what most people play with mono white. But like there's a different way to have mono white cards. When you look at the board state and see how it grows, you can kind of foreshadow what could come. Because if someone's playing tokens and making little tokens, you can expect that there will be an Elish Norn in the deck to pump up the tokens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or
something. It may not be a norm, but it's going to be something that's going to make those 1/1s into much larger threats.
Right.
Moonshaker Cavalry is one that comes to mind, which is basically just White's version of Craterhoof Behemoth.
Right. And Lone Wolf had to leave. Have a good night, Lone Wolf.
Take care, Lone Wolf. Thanks for coming, brother.
All right. Sir Robin of Baggins says, how about Idea Past Sorceress? Who?
The Final Fantasy cards?
No, I misspelling. Am I spelling this right?
Take out the A. It's possessed, not past.
Oh.
There she is. Yep.
What
You do.
did I think? Oh, possessed sorceress. I think past. All right, I read it wrong. My bad. Idea possessed sorceress costs 2 generic and Grixis, red, black, blue. Ward 2/5 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Get control target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control but don't own dies, return to the battlefield under control under its owner's control, and you draw a card.
This card is exactly as good as what your opponents are playing, and not 1 mana worth less. If your opponents are playing big, stompy, nasty things, or something that you can get an immediate ton of value out of by taking it, then it's very good. If your opponents are playing a bunch of non-stuff, then it's okay. It's fine.
Well, so cards that make this deck a little bit better are sacrifice outlets. Steal your opponent's creatures, attack with it, then sacrifice it. Even though they get
it back, though.
Draw a card.
Yeah.
But, get some card value engine. And you know what you could do with that? You can run did I spell it wrong? No, I didn't.
Altar of the Dementia one to mill, yeah.
You can play Altar of Dementia. You can play the Altar of
the Brood. You have to make another mill. Yeah.
Altar of that's Altar of I don't know. I can't spell today. What's the one that creates 2 mana?
Oh, Ashnod's Altar. Make 2 generic.
Yeah. If I can't spell today.
It's ASHNOD. That should get you at least to that part of it. Ashnod.
Oh, whatever. Let's just do Altar because it should pop up somewhere here.
There it is.
So this Phyrexian Altar.
No, over. Yep, up 1 and over on the first one on the left. Ashnod's Altar. Yep.
Ashnod's Altar. There you go. So your opponent's creature, sacrifice it for 2 colors. Yeah. Man, I feel dumb. Usually I'm pretty good at typing, and today I'm not. It's because there's an apostrophe in it, and it's Ashnod, not Ashnold. My problem.
Yeah, it's Nod. Yeah. I mean, I think Idea is a fun card. But if your opponent is playing, if your opponents are playing big things, then it's very, very good. If your opponents are playing a bunch of like weenie little tokeny things, then you can obviously get some value out of it. It's not useless. Very few cards in Magic are useless. You could definitely get some value out of it. You can get the card draw, as Tort said. You could get 2 mana off of it, sacking it to an altar. You could have it sacrificed to mill, but not mill because it's not technically mill.
Right.
It's put the top cards of your library into your graveyard, which sure sounds like mill, but isn't actually mill. So you can get value out of it. But where it's really good is when you can take something very big. If you can steal someone's Ulamog or someone's Emrakul, if you can steal something nasty, a Galta, an Atali, something like that, then the card is obviously much, much, much better.
Yeah, you definitely want to be able to take advantage. And sorry, I accidentally pressed the back button on the wrong screen, so I backed out. But yeah, so with Idea, you want to find ways to take advantage of stealing your opponent's creatures. Like one of my favorite cards of all time. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it's still a good card. Is Slave of Bolas. Costs 5 mana, 2 generic and Grixis. And you steal an opponent's creature until in turn. At the end of turn, you sacrifice it.
Okay.
So
that sounds like the basis for this card. It sounds very similar, even in cost.
Right. And so So we want to take advantage of the fact that not only you're stealing your opponent's creatures, because they're not always going to have good creatures. You want ways to benefit from making them removing them. Because look, Ashnod's Altar will add you 2 mana, but basically, if you have a sacrifice outlet on the battlefield, you steal your opponent's creature, you attack with it, you sacrifice it, draw a card, and get an additional ability. Like even that one black sacrifice scry 1 creature is good in this deck. So,
yeah.
So your
I have a Viscera Seer in this for sure. So you just sacrifice a creature, scry 1. Because then you can scry before you get the draw.
So based on the build, I'd give this creature a 5 out of 10 on basics, and the 5 will adjust based on it'll get higher based on the power level of your opponent's deck.
Because if you can steal someone's Ulamog with Annihilator 4, suddenly it's a 9.
Right. That's right. It's crazy. And, you're in the colors of counter spells and removal, so it's pretty good.
And redirects. I mean, Grixis is an incredibly powerful color.
Yeah, someone who's made the deck isn't a huge threat on itself, but she is she is card draw and good to shut down from that alone. No, that's what we're talking about. That's what makes her good. It's a card draw, and you want to abuse that ability as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they put that clause on there that when the stolen creature dies, their opponents get it back, so you can't just abuse it and steal your opponent's creatures and sacrifice it, and they lose out. I think they made it more fair. But the deck looks fun, and it does Grixis-y things. In fact,
I may build this. I may build this deck.
Right.
I've been wanting to build something Grixis, and I just hadn't seen anything that caught my eye. But I may build this.
Right.
This is
right. One card I'd run in the deck for fun, like I'd just put in the deck, is Cedrus the Trader King. I'd share it on screen, but we're actually getting to the end of the show part already. But yeah.
Flew by.
It did fly by. But my friends, we got to get to this fight.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Hanging out. I don't know why that song comes in my head a lot. But hey, everybody, we're at the shill section, thrill section. We got to call it a day because I got to get dinner ready, all that fun jazz. Yeah, it's early in the morning, but wife works in a couple hours. But we're having pizza tonight. Woo, woo. Ooh, DiGiorno's. But anyways.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
That's right. Oh, yeah. And so I think we had a good enough response. I think I'm going to try to do this every Friday now so we can just have fun looking at cards, talking about it, assessing it.
I love it.
Yeah. You add some flavor of the week because Mondays is supposed to be some movers and shakers. Fridays can be a card assessment and stuff. That sounds fun. And I need to probably get a calendar to write this stuff down so I remember because I forget easily. But anyways, Rayman, where can people find you?
Well, Tor, thanks for having me. I am not the hillbilly. Hopefully, I took his chair today and was able to do him justice. Hillbilly, please come back. You guys can find me here at Mr. B's Game Lounge. We do all things nerdy, as if the wall behind me didn't tell you that enough. We do D&D. We do 40KO. Obviously, we do a ton of Magic. And now you can catch us on YouTube. Last night, we did our very first episode of Brewing at the Bees, where we take one of our regulars, they bring in a deck of their choice. We go over the deck. We talk about how it plays. We talk about cards that are in it. We spotlight a few cards. We let them pick whichever 5 cards they want to spotlight to show you guys. We put the list on the website. And if you're in our local area and you're like, hey, I saw this deck on Brewing at the Bees, come down, play a game against a deck that interested you. Again, I want to thank Tor for having me on. Hillbilly, we miss you. Wolf, hate that you had to leave early, but it was great seeing you as well. And everybody, have a fantastic weekend.
Have a fantastic weekend. Today is Friday, everybody. We got a Commander game going on tonight. If you are part of the Discord, you can be part of it. I want to give a special shout out to Sunshine today for giving us a cool super chat of $4.99. I appreciate
Thank you
that
so
a
much.
lot. Yeah. But with that, being part of Discord, being part of the Commander games, you rock, you roll. I want to remind you that you're awesome and amazing, that you love someone's thinking about you. And if you can't say it and or do something positive for someone else today, I want to thank you, my channel members. For supporting the channel the way you do, and subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. You guys rock, you guys roll. Let's get to the insane stuff, because they're insane in the membrane. Insane.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit sexless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show.